Hi, Kevin Blanch. I want to talk about my post-ignorance. I was going to call it Post-Ignorance 101. I'm setting up my online syllabus. As you know, I got cancer. I was just finishing my PhD. I was interviewing around the country. I'm an ex-professor, finance 440, whatever. But I'll start it today. I'm going to do it online. I can teach online. Don't you love these glasses? I have leukemia. Look at the little orange ribbons. I got so many great gifts by so many persons. But I want to talk briefly today about immigration and or the market. I want to talk about the real greatest crash in United States stock market history that happened from 2000 to 2006. The silent stock market crash. People says, oh, the Dow was at 12,000 in 2000, and then it was still around that number, even maybe a little higher. No. Look, how do we weight wealth? Great economists have always used gold as a thesis, but that switched 50 years ago to oil. But I don't care. In my book, Post-Ignorance, as that book will never be in paperback, by the way, I left in rough draft for a very good reason. Science fiction economics. Alan Greenspan caused this. He kidnapped the Fed. I'll lay it out. My book's almost done, my other one. But gold, $245 an ounce in 2000. Oil, $10, $12, $14 a barrel in 2000. Gasoline, $1.34. You can weight it against anything. I say you can weight it against a picture in your bathroom wall. Median price of a house. Wheat, corn, grain, anything. You can take anything and weight it. I build a matrix where I use a whole, I call it the Kevin Blanch Weighted Wealth Matrix. 85%, the market crashed 85%. The biggest crash in the United States started from 2000 to 2006. You're like, what? The dollar. The dollar against the euro was 75 cents. It went to $1.60. So start waiting. Start waiting. It's a very simple equation. You take $10,000 in 2000, what could it buy? How much college education could it buy? How much house could it buy? How much gold could it buy? How much oil could it buy? How much anything could it buy? Okay, you went 2006, how much could it buy? And everybody says, oh, Obama's a socialist. Granted, his Fed has done nothing really to fix it because, there aren't. It's really, they just throw these wedge issues at you. The hyperbole, the answer is tariffs. It's always been tariffs. Until we understand that, nothing will ever get better for the working class. Asset class. The market crashed 2000. What has the market done? And then we know it even crashed even worse from 06 to 08. I mean, blatantly. So it's recovered. The market's up over 130% with dividend reinvestment since Obama became president. As Glenn Beck went on, he said, hey, sell you down, there you go, have white man president, sell you down at 6,000. Michael, remember this, you Fox News lovers. Rupert, the greatest propagandist in world history, the greatest social scientist, engineer in world history, as his sheep on a leash. You walked right into his train car. When they're telling you to buy silver, buy silver, buy silver, get rid of your dollars, they're short. Remember this. The corporate board of Fox, these guys, they know how to hedge positions. They have guys like me working for them. They're buying future contracts on the bottom end when they're pushing it for a reason. They already made their big score. They're unloading on you. So it worked out real nice for you. This whole thesis of freaking buy gold, silver, hard commodity is going to save you somehow. Get a gun and say, what are you going to do? Take your AK-47 and shoot the platelets out of the fucking air? The PU fucking environment's what's fucking killing you. The ignorance is what's killing you. What are you going to do with that gun? Sure, you can protect yourself. I like, when the government comes together. If the government wanted to come get your guns, ask Saddam how good those guns work. How many do you have in Sam's? They'll use a fucking drone from outer space and drop a fucking bomb down your fucking bathroom vent fucking pipe. Please! These guys are playing you. They are playing you because they're on the other side. Rupert and his machine are on the other side of the gold trade. On the other side of the silver trade. Silver, $50 is worth 31 now. Nice move. 1900, it's about 1668. Why? These stocks have been going crazy, high dividend yield stocks. The dollar has got stronger over 4 years. It went from $1.60 to $1.33 against euro. Believe it. Granted, no reasoning here. Let's talk about immigration as Obama's down there. Look, simple on immigration. I was a stucco contractor for 30 years here. I watched this thing play out. These Mormon hair-sprayed freaking white-collar criminals, they love it just the way it is, and that's why they keep throwing it. I'll tell you what. To pay a guy cash, I don't care if he's illegal, who cares, violates 15 different laws. If I was doing it, you'd have handcuffed. There was never offense Why did all of a sudden this happen? Well, one, NAFTA, because all those farmers were displaced in northern Mexico because Del Monte was able to sell produce for 1/10 what they were raising it for. They were displaced. Two, these hairspray things, they love it just like that. They love paying somebody cash to mow their lawn. They love paying somebody to landscape their house. They love somebody cash to stucco their house and their fake rock and their styrofoam piece of shit mansions. Because we quit enforcing white-collar crime. White-collar crime is the economy here. If you don't believe it's the crime here, we have the most corrupt. The Mormons are so corrupt, and Utah is so corrupt it's grotesque. Our Attorney General is under indictment. He's under investigation for theft. It's saying, look who it is. Check cashing. Usury, 400%, which usury is a pillar to Christianity, and they call themselves Christian. They exploit. If you don't believe me, go into freaking small claims court at Class Salt Lake on a Tuesday here and just watch them default. The same fat creeps default. Buy here, pay here. Buy here, pay here. Default, default, default. Then they want debtors prisons, whatever. Unless you're Mike Lee. Mike Lee's house got short sold. First United States sitting senator to have his house foreclosed on while he's president. Yet he introduces a balanced budget amendment. Do as I say, not as I do. Mike Lee, $1.1 million to the bad, and it's legal tender to sell that debt. And these collection attorneys go after each other here, not after him. Oh yeah, his father's what? Who? Immigration is because we quit enforcing the employer. It's not the exploited, it's the exploiter. These hairspray, they love it just the way it is. Why do you think they far radical rights? Because they're fat ass too lazy to work. They can't work. I was in this business. I watch them. They can't work. They get hamburger eating fat ass creeps. They got to get a crew of illegals and exploit them to do their work. They couldn't get. It's. I mean, let me tell you. I was a plaster for all those years. It was like being an athlete, not playing once a week in the NFL or playing freaking, every third day. You play every day. It is incredibly physical, unbelievable physical. That's why we made so much money. I made so much money with that hawk and drop, flat cross, until this. You get a crew of it. To pay them cash, there's the problem. Immigration reform will never, ever happen. Ever. Wedge issue, until they start arresting the people for, you're violating 15 laws by paying for it. And you're screwing over your neighbors. You're exploiting that people. As the Mexican people are Christians, Catholics, they understand usury. Here in the United States, evangelicals, the Mormons, none of them understand it. It is science fiction economics. It is. What does that say? .com bubble, housing bubble, hope bubble, brought to you by Alan Greenspan and the GOP. Stay tuned with me. We'll put this class and this course. I did some videos from Alexander Hamilton's grave for my syllabus while I was in New York. I got some great stuff. I really do. I have a really great online course I'm putting together. My PhD's all done. Like I said, I got sidetracked with leukemia. I still have leukemia. My platelet counts are 97. Should be 300, but at least they didn't fall. My first trip, I was able to travel, and they retested. Yeah, and they didn't jump, but they didn't fall, so that's a good sign. So I'll put this syllabus together, and we'll do this class online. And I'll let anybody in. As I used to let my lectures, people would line up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I would let the public into my lectures. I'll let anybody watch my lectures. You are my freaking students. And all you telephone comment tough guys who want to fucking behind fucking a keyboard act all fucking tough and attack a fucking person, go fuck yourselves.